All right, guys, we got the lighting finally, we got the audio, and we're good. It took me way too long for me to understand this completely, but technically not really too long because I'm 22 years old and I started investing when I was 16 years old with a custodian account. Or I believe it was 17 years old I started investing in the stock market, but I've always been interested in it since I was 15 years old. Anyways, 17 years old, I actually started following a guy. I'm not going to mention any names here, but I started following this guy. He does day trading. And like always, I think honestly, I want to say that everyone goes through this timeline. 17 years old, I buy a course, $600. I was working at Starbucks at the time. So it took me 2 weeks to get that, but not really because then I had bills as well. So probably took like 2 months for me to acquire $600 back when I was 17. So I bought the course and then it was day trading. So now I have to fund the account. So I obviously started with very little because I didn't have a lot. So I started with 50 bucks and then I started putting more in, hundreds, 200s, 300s, until I got to like 1,000, 2,000. But all this money I was just throwing in the market. In my head, I was like, it's fine. It's getting invested. It's a good thing. So I didn't really see it as losing money. I seen it more like I'm making money. I'm making my money make money for me. That's how I seen it. But if you look at the chart, I'm just losing money. It would have been better if I just put it in a savings account. But obviously, it's much easier said than done, right? So yeah, I lost a lot of money. When I was 17, I want to say I probably lost around 7 grand. And to be honest, I only made 15 grand a year at 17 because I was working at Starbucks, right? So I wasn't making a lot. 18 years old. At 18 years old, you could start working at a warehouse. 17 years old, I was not able to work at a warehouse because I was a minor. So 17 years old, I was working at Starbucks. 18 years old, I got a job in the manufacturing industry. Started working there, making a little bit more. I was making around 1,300 every 2 weeks. Okay. So that's almost double. That's actually a little bit more than double than what I was making when I was 17. And the same process happened. I just kept throwing money into it, thinking that I'm day trading. Well, I am day trading, but I'm not profitable. And that's the issue. It's like, and then you're watching all this YouTube like on how to day trade. You're trying to figure out these charts and trying to you think it's an algorithm and you think you're getting closer and closer because it's kind of like an addiction almost. It's kind of like you're it's honestly gambling in my opinion because realistically we don't know where the stock market is going to go. Now, mind you, there are people that are profitable day traders, but I mean it takes many years. It's not for everyone. Obviously it wasn't for me because I'm making this video, right? It's not for me, and you kind of got to snap into reality and be like, okay, you know what, I've lost X amount of money on this, maybe this isn't the right thing to do. But at the same time, you could also lose a whole bunch of money when you throw it into a business and fail, but just keep trying, and then eventually you succeed, right? But if you're working a 9 to 5 or you're working your 40, 50 hours a week at your job, you're not gonna have time to day trade, right? So 18 years old through 20 years old, I I want to say I lost like maybe 30 grand in day trading, just like that. Boom, done. So those 2 years that I worked vanished. Like I didn't use it, I didn't spend it, I freaking gambled it and lost it all. So then I came to the realization like, okay, there's got to be different ways to invest here. Because obviously I want to make money for me. So there's obviously other avenues here. There's crypto. I didn't really get too much into crypto. Well, I am now, but I'm not day trading it, and that's the issue. So 20 years old rolls by. I get a better job than what I was working when I was 18 years old. It's another manufacturing industry, but it pays pretty much double of what I was making when I was 18 years old. So instead of making 1,300 every 2 weeks, I was making now I'm making oh actually I'm making a lot more. I'm making about 1,700 every week now. It took me almost 4 years for me to realize this, but you don't need to day trade. You just need to make your money make money for you. So just throw it in good, reputable companies that you know is doing well and just buy those shares. Like, okay, think about it. What is a company that you don't think it will go anywhere in the next 100 years? What's something that America needs every single day for consumers? I mean, you could say McDonald's, right? McDonald's is probably a good stock. McDonald's has a good track record. So I think that's why I started putting money in it. I think I'm probably up 40% on it. I'm not too sure. Walmart is humongous. Walmart is not going to go anywhere. You got Walmart. You got blue chip stocks, right? Tesla, Nvidia, Microsoft, Apple, Facebook, or also known as Meta now. So these are kind of, well, Tesla is honestly a lot more riskier because it doesn't have that much of a proven track record. Like Tesla hasn't been around for 50 years, right? I don't think Google was a thing 50 years ago. I don't think so. I think Microsoft was. I don't know. Whatever. Invest your money into stocks that make sense, that you know is not going to go anywhere. Like, yeah, you could be speculative, but be speculative with a small percentage of your net worth. Like SoFi, for example. SoFi, I mean, to be honest, SoFi is very, very undervalued right now, in my opinion. I'm already up 50% on it, and I started putting money about 3 months ago. I'm up 50% on it already. But the reason being is because SoFi is probably going to be future banking. It's all going to just be digitally now. There's no branch. You could just walk in. Branches, we live in a time where everything is just digitalized now. So what's the need to walk into a branch when you could just have everything online? All these banks, right? There's branches, and these guys are paying, right, bank tellers per hour to transact people's money, right? But there's no need for that when you have it digitalized. So SoFi is saving a lot of money. So I think being speculative with stocks are good, just with a small percentage amount. Like, obviously, don't go in 50% of your portfolio in Tesla or 50% of your portfolio in Bitcoin. I mean, Bitcoin and Tesla, that's the thing. It could go up like crazy, right? But if it goes up, are you going to take profit? And then what happens if it goes down? How are you going to feel? Like, are you going to sell when it goes down? Maybe. Maybe you might. Because when it goes down, you're invested so much in it. It's your hard-earned money. So obviously you feel some sort of emotional attachment to it. I mean, you could probably say like, oh yeah, I'm not trying to be emotional. I'm not going to emotionally sell. But psychologically, it's hurting you badly. And this is why I'm saying it's like you got to do 1%, 2%, barely anything. And then the amount that you're investing in. So let's say you're doing like $400 a month, right? You're investing into your retirement account or your individual investing account, whatever account you're in. Let's say you're doing $400 a month, but you're making 10 grand a month. $400 a month is nothing. 4% of your monthly take home. So no, you're not going to be emotional. It's like money that's just, all right, whatever, right? Just diversify. Out of that 4%, you have 100% pie chart, right? 1%, 1%, 1%, 5%, 3%, 4%, 2%. Between those ranges, don't be in so much into stocks. It's not, you're just really trying to protect your psychology here, because if you don't protect it, you're going to end up making a stupid decision. You're going to end up losing a lot more than when you're winning. So I turned 20 years old and I started dollar cost averaging. I'm pretty sure everyone talks about this. Just dollar cost average. Just throw money in there every single month and don't even look at it. Me personally, I like to look at it. I like to see my money grow. But I started doing that. I still look at it, but I don't touch it. If that thing goes down, I don't care. I still put money in, because that's how real wealth is created. Time in the market beats timing the market. Timing the market, as in day trading, yes, you could make a ton of money like that, but you gotta be a whole different breed. And they say, what is it, 1% of day traders actually end up being profitable? Like, come on, guys, let's be realistic, right? You guys, I mean, you still need to work for your money. So if you're working for your money, how do you even have time to day trade? You don't even have time to day trade. Now, if you have time to day trade and you have unlimited money, then yeah, you could probably be a day trader. And this is not me hating on day traders, right? Like I said, there are good, profitable day traders out there that make a living off of it. It's just a really small percentage, but you just got to be more realistic. Just put money in the market and leave it alone. Don't touch it.